coaching and the power of acceptance. So coaching is fundamentally about change, and acceptance is necessary for change. Therefore, acceptance is like a change catalyst. The question is how to find this power that is available in acceptance. What does that mean? Well, let me tell you 3 brief stories and draw some conclusions that might help you to recognize the significance of how coaching could help you to develop the latent power that exists in acceptance. So firstly, I had to accept that I am a generalist. A generalist and not an expert. I had a conversation with a friend of mine a few years ago, and I told him I was very frustrated because I was not an expert in anything. And he asked me why that bothered me. Bit of a coaching question. And I said it was because experts made, in my estimation, the biggest difference in the world, and I was a generalist, and so that was a problem because I wanted to make a difference in this world. And he very gently corrected my perspective, pointing out that many of the most influential people in history were in fact generalists. And not only that, but he helped me to explore the power of being a generalist. You see, my varied interests in the creative media, in writing, in public speaking, in music, coaching itself, environmental issues, faith, all of these varied interests supported and developed each other if I allowed them to and took off the burden of the need to be an expert in any one of them. So once I accepted my generalist identity, I began seeing how my varied interests cross-fertilized to create meaningful resources that actually were a great help to other people. So changing my self-acceptance was necessary to become the best I could be and, in fact, to get unstuck from where I was. So that's the first issue of acceptance. The second issue concerning acceptance is accepting annoying people in your life. Yes, you're hearing me right. Accepting the annoying people. I have an annoying friend, actually more than one. They are friends, really genuinely, because they really do care for me. However, they are also quite annoying because they think differently to me, and we sometimes clash. Recently, I was discussing a historic situation with one of my friends, one of my annoying friends. The context was a controversial leadership decision that affected both of us and in which both of us were involved. I assumed that he saw things the same way as me. However, he pointed out some aspects of the situation I was unaware of, and what he revealed saddened and shocked me. It was a difficult thing to hear. Now, although hearing his perspective was painful, quite annoying, actually, to be honest, it was vital. It was vital because I was then able to accept his experience, being different to mine. I was able to accept his experience as valid. And then my better understanding of the situation allowed me to empathize with his pain over the decisions that were made. And accepting his point of view deepened our friendship and gave me a much better idea of how we might together work at healing the situation. So that's the second issue, accepting annoying people in your life. Thirdly, accepting circumstances. The circumstances in particular that are outside your control. How do we deal with those? We have to accept them. I've had 6 surgeries on my knees so far. Apparently it's a combination of bad luck and bad genetics. I love playing team sports. I've played a fair bit of football, rugby, volleyball, ultimate frisbee, hockey, all through my 20s and 30s. But when I got to 41 and I had my 6th knee surgery, it became clear those days were over. I ranted, I railed against reality. I would not accept the situation. However, once I accepted the realities of what was going on, I discovered many beneficial consequences that were not clear to me before I accepted the reality. Firstly, by not being involved in all these sports, I had more time to spend with my then teenage children, and that was a good thing. Secondly, I couldn't run and do that kind of thing, but I could walk, and it was good for my knees to walk, and so I went on long walks with my dog and with my wife, which is very good for our relationship. Thirdly, I had more time, therefore I was able to go back to study, something I'd wanted to do for a long time, and I went back and studied to get a diploma in a discipline that I was interested in. Would not have been possible if I'd carried on being involved in all those team sports. So you see, there are very good reasons for finding acceptance in situations and circumstances, and then there is power that comes into our lives, power for change as a result. See, coaching helps to foster acceptance. This is where coaching comes in. It can help us to see the value in accepting things in our lives, because we spend an awful lot of energy resisting change, fighting against reality, or even criticizing ourselves for not living up to, frankly, impossible standards. And this resistance creates tension in us, doesn't it? Frustration, and often a deep sense of dissatisfaction. With a coach, you can be helped to break free from this cycle and be guided toward acceptance, which is an essential foundation for personal growth and for fulfillment. As a coach, I do my best to help my clients to understand that acceptance is not about giving up, it's not about settling for less, it's not passive. Instead, it's about embracing the truth of your situation, making peace with it. Then you can move forward with intention, with clarity, and there's some power in that. So in my coaching clients, I work with you to develop the mindset and the skills necessary for the acceptance that will give you the power to change. So maybe you and me together, we could explore the thoughts and the behaviors that might be holding you back, and then find new ways for you to move forward. That's how coaching can guide you toward acceptance. Here, as a summary, is how coaching can guide you towards acceptance. Firstly, self-acceptance. Often the hardest person to accept is ourselves. But through coaching, we can identify the limiting beliefs that make self-acceptance difficult and replace them with a more compassionate and empowering perspective. Secondly, the acceptance of others. Coaching can help you to navigate those complex relationships with greater empathy and understanding. You'll learn how to accept others for who they are, whilst also setting some healthy emotional boundaries for your emotional well-being. And then there's the acceptance of circumstances. Life often throws unexpected challenges at us. Coaching can help you accept what you can't change, while also empowering you to take action where you can make a difference. Acceptance is a pathway to growth. When you embrace acceptance, you release that burden of resistance and allow yourself to focus on what truly matters: your goals, your relationships, your well-being. Acceptance is not about giving up. It's about freeing yourself to move forward with clarity, with purpose, and greater peace. So maybe if you're ready and you want to experience the transformative power of acceptance, well, then contact me and let's see if we can work together. If we can find a way to help you find peace and create a path toward where you want to be. The journey starts with acceptance, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way if you so desire. Contact me via the website here, and let's see if working together could be transformative as you find the power in acceptance. Take care.